Hi everyone, my name is Fengting. I'm star Laney at 2021.
My name is Frida Delis. This is my third year here at Laney College.
My name is Rita Song, and this is my first year taking architecture classes at Laney.
My name is Hafiz Abdelmajid. I started community college at fall 2022.
My name is Julian Stengel. I started here at Laney in fall of 2022, so this will be the end of my third year here now that I'm transferring.
First question is, what's something that's unique about the architecture program here at Laney?
I think what is unique is the relationships that you build, the connections. Within our department, everyone's really close because we are a smaller department, so you get to know everyone really well, make a lot of great friends, and we have really supportive professors. So.
Yeah, I think really I would definitely agree with that. We're very tight-knit. I think most architecture programs seem to be very small, but ours is super, a small town basically, and we get to know each other really well. We can feel confident asking each other for help and support, and that's something I've really appreciated here. Contributing to that sense of community, I think that was a huge plus for all of us in this class, is that we don't really see each other as competition. We're all pooling the resources and information we have.
If I could find out, what's something particular that drew you into the architecture program?
I was interested in architecture because of kind of my parents. They both work in the field, but mostly also because I see it as an art that kind of changes how people live. So it makes actual impact on housing affordability, living conditions. It's also very creative and expressive for the designers themselves. So that's mainly why I got into architecture.
Oh yeah, I think I had a similar experience, but a slightly different version where my dad was an electrician growing up. My grandfather was a contractor, and they would take me to their job sites all the time, and I was just always very fascinated with that process of construction, building things, how it changes the space. I always really loved that. And even when I was even younger than that, building with Legos and stuff, I think that was a huge thing that drew me to something like architecture in the first place, being involved in that process of design and seeing how it changes the space, how it builds community and all that. That's something I really fell in love with here.
For me, I came from Guatemala about 6 years ago, I would say. And when I first came here, one of the things that really got my attention was the buildings and the way structures were built here. When I started in high school, I got the opportunity to experience classrooms that were really well developed, and I compared them back in my home country, and I feel that how it impacted the way that I wanted to learn and how it impacted the way that I wanted to come to the classroom. So I feel that the spaces that we're in influence the way that we develop, as what you mentioned, in life. So I just wanted to follow that. I wanted to create those spaces, maybe here or maybe back in my home country. So
My idea is similar as Rita, and I like art, and I build what's the lifestyle you want to build. It's cool.
An amazing artist.
She's actually going to be majoring in art practice.
Oh, wonderful.
She's got an interesting perspective.
Similar to Frida, I was from Sudan. I came here when I was 7, and just seeing how the buildings are, even the streets, it's a complete different lifestyle. So I remember hearing my family, when in the future, we're gonna rebuild our house. So that kind of stayed in the back of my head. And then when I got the chance to choose what I wanted, I thought architecture was good for me because I was able to go in that profession and hopefully help my family rebuild the house back in Sudan.
Nice. I hear sort of a similar theme, and that is that you're inspired by what's around you, and you also want to improve upon it. Leave a positive mark, and so that's wonderful. How did Laney support you in your educational pursuits?
I came here straight from high school, and I was surrounded by more upper middle class students, so that was a very I felt kind of an outsider there, where I was the only person really wondering well, how am I going to get food on the table when I'm in college? So I felt very like out of my depth once I I launched and finished high school, and I was really worried that I would have to I don't know, it would take me years and years to graduate, or I'd have to like always be working. But I think the financial aid opportunities here have made that a lot less intimidating. I feel a lot more prepared for the costs of a 4-year. Financial aid and scholarships were a godsend. I was really anxious about that because I'm in a spot where I would have to pay for like all of my education. So I was like, oh, how much debt am I gonna be in? But I'm in a spot where like Laney basically paid me to be here, and that's a really amazing opportunity.
Following into what Julian was saying, I feel that there are a lot of programs here at Laney that can help students out, like the basic needs or EOPS, as well as the financial aid. And when I first started at Laney, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I feel that it gave me the chance to kind of experiment here and there without having to worry about how am I going to pay for this. So that was really beneficial. Also, just the community, I feel that everyone is really welcoming. And in the architecture department especially, I feel that professors were really wanting you to succeed, so they will help you throughout the process. Like, I had no idea how to draw a house, but now I feel more confident. Well, yeah. Yes. Yes, of course I do. Here you go.
I like our TA. They're all sweet and nice to help us. And we have a lot of like writing workshop, math workshop that's really helpful to finish the assessment. Yeah.
Sorry, is it okay if I add one more thing? Yeah, I think the different programs that we have here are really great. Like, I think that's something that was pretty unique about my experience is I have been participated in a million different departments. I'm an architecture major, always have been, but I started off as a math tutor. Okay, I'm biased here, but I think tutoring was the best resource at Laney. I think that's something we do really well.
I think just the professors here are very great, at least for our department. They're very accessible, very supportive. You go to them for any questions, they'll respond to you really quickly. They'll give you like advice on your work. I would like to thank all my professors. They've been like so helpful in like this whole process. They've helped me on assignments, and even in like I've asked, I think, Barry to see what I should incorporate in my portfolio when I apply for colleges, because it's all a new experience.
Can I add something really quickly? I'm sorry. I just want to mention that I remember one time we were doing a Lake Mary contest, and I remember it was like 3 a.m, and I was panicking because I didn't know what to do with a part of my assignment. And I emailed Professor Barry, and he actually answered. So it took him like 15 minutes. So I just want to put it out there, like, they're really there for you.
I would like to add on the architecture club. There was a lot of accessibility, a lot of emails about internships, just extra help. So I thought that was really beneficial to me, and it made it a lot easier for the transition and everything.
That's excellent. No, and so again, sort of the common thing that I hear is that community and accessibility. And that's something that I expressed to your professor as well, when I was coming into school, is that like I started out in community because I didn't have any resources, I didn't know, any information. And, you get those at higher level institutions as well. But I think when you're starting out, particularly if you don't have people that you can reach out to, community college really has just been life-changing in terms of like the people who are willing to listen to you, the assistance that you're afforded. And then just, the ability, the barriers to entry, like they really eliminate a lot of that. So, so inspiring to see that, it's elevated you to an even higher chapter in your lives. What other universities did you apply to potentially get accepted at, and why did you choose UC Berkeley?
I applied to 5 UCs, Berkeley, LA, Irvine, San Diego, and Davis. I got into each one except LA. And Berkeley was the closest one to home, and I knew from the beginning I didn't want to leave, like go far away. And then it was the only UC that had like the actual architecture program, so that just made everything easier for me, and it was an easy choice once I got in. Berkeley is going to be something that's really challenging for me, and hopefully I'll be able to be a better student, come out as a better student, as a better person, and putting myself outside of my comfort zone socially and academically. So I'm just happy to be able to prove myself and to my family, be proud of myself.
So I applied to some privates too because I'm a first year. I did get rejected from all of like the privates, but I was accepted into Berkeley and then Cal Poly Pomona and SLO. I am a dual enrollment student in high school. So that's why I am going to Berkeley as a first year student, but I've been able to complete pretty much my IGETC and the transfer requirements, so I'll be able to go in and clear a lot of the credits and just save time and money at Berkeley. And then I also applied to University of Toronto, which was out of the country, and I did get scholarships for that because I took a lot of major-related classes, and my grades were good. The hard decision was between Berkeley and Cal Poly because Cal Poly SLO was a little bit further away, but it was like a 5-year architectural degree. But I ended up choosing Berkeley because also it was closer to home, so living costs would be cheaper. And I would probably get a master's afterwards, so I'm not rushing to get out and work. So.
Yeah, for me, I applied to, not too many, I applied to UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, and UC Davis. I got into all three. Davis for sustainable environmental design and San Diego for urban planning. And it was tough at first, but I ultimately went with Berkeley because I think I actually see a lot of the community, the stuff I like about here, I saw at Berkeley, where their architecture department is very small, like people all know each other, there's sort of a more like communal feel. It's also a very pretty campus.
I was going to say it must have been so difficult because all those campuses you already listed have been so lovely, San Luis Obispo, San Diego, so yeah. But landed on UC Berkeley because it really just embodied what you were looking for.
Yeah,
That's
I think that sense of community in architecture is like, I've come to put a lot, I think I value it a lot. It's something I want to keep with me after I leave Laney.
Good.
For me, I applied to 4 UCs, UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, and UC Davis. I got into all 4 of them. It was a hard choice, but I felt since the first moment I visited UC Berkeley, I felt that I wanted to go there. So I kind of had that in my mind. And then also knowing that I'm going to be close to home. I already did a big jump a few years ago. So I do want to stay close to home as well. So I felt that was a great opportunity. And I love the architecture program at UC Berkeley. As someone already mentioned, they were the only ones who actually offer architecture. So the other ones are like urban planning, landscape architecture, and I think history of architecture, something like that.
Santa Barbara,
Art,
yeah. It's such a niche major. Our options for transferring are really limited. So.
So I'm looking forward to continue develop my skills in designing and also my academics, but I also want to open the doors for me and meet new people. So still getting to know more of the people around me, and in general just try to find what I like and how to implement that in my daily life after I graduate.
I applied UC Davis, UC Irvine, and UC Santa Cruz. I also got in for both, and
You all killed it.
I chose Berkeley because the distance and a lot of my friends are still right here, so I chose this community.
We're so lucky to already just sort of be right here in one of the best places in the world, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a little cheesy, but we were just wondering if you could sort of share your personal experience, the reaction when you found out, like, I made it into all my choices and I'm gonna go to Berkeley, So what was that like,
Oh, my story. Berkeley was, it kind of like, it was like a relief for me because before that, I was rejected from all the privates like I mentioned, and actually I was rejected from all the other UCs that I applied to, except for Berkeley. So I was very anxious, even though I was okay with not graduating this year because I could have just stayed another year. I was still hoping that I would get into something. And then I got my offer from Berkeley. It was like a huge relief. It was like the one that I wanted to go to also. So I was really surprised and happy. And I got actually my Cal Poly offer after Berkeley, so it was like, oh, well, that came really late. Yeah, it came really late for me for a first year. They gave me like a week to decide my offer, but I was like, no, I'm going to Berkeley. It's too late.
I should mention that I applied to the 4 UCs in high school, and I got waitlisted by all of them except LA, and then after rejected. So I kind of wanted to prove to myself that I could get in, even though like I really liked community college, and I feel like it gave me a lot of opportunity to figure out what I wanted to do. Because in high school, it all felt rushed, and it kind of slowed down in community college. But I got into Irvine and San Diego 2 weeks before Berkeley, but Berkeley was the one that I was waiting for anxiously. So that day, I was on Reddit and Discord, and I had all those opened. And then I went to South Shore with my mom to just waste time. And then on our way back home, I got the email, and then I told my mom. And then she was like, "Where's your name?" She didn't even believe it herself.
She wanted proof.
Yeah. So I showed her my name, and then I hugged her, and then I told my brothers. And then on our way back, we were just calling family overseas.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's like a movie type experience.
Yeah. I still remember it and then smile. So.
Yeah, I think something I want to talk about like is like when we all found out that we all got into Berkeley together, where like I was actually in the other room when she got into Berkeley. She came like running around the corner. I was sitting right there. She was like, "I got into Berkeley." Yeah, there was all of this like, and then with Hafisa, like, it was after the release date had passed, and so far I had known that everyone else who had applied had also gotten in, and I wanted to see if that was true for Hafisa too, because I didn't have her number at the time. So I walk up like, "Hey," because I didn't want to be like, "Did you get into Berkeley?" Yeah, because if you, and you were just like very shyly like, "Yes, I did," and like the whole class, even like people in Design 1 and everything who weren't applying, were all like, "Oh my gosh," like giving each other hugs. Yeah, there was like this really like festive communal atmosphere every time that I really enjoyed. And then when I found out for myself, I had actually just gotten my eyes dilated at the optometrist, and I couldn't read my phone at all, and I was like looking at it like an old man, like trying to, yeah. Yeah, and it took me several minutes to even read the title, and it's like, UC Berkeley Office of Admissions. There's been an update to your application.
Oh my God, I hate
and then like, to me, yeah, they really like scared us with that, because in my mind, that's like, you didn't get in. And so I can't figure out how to like sign in with my password and everything with my eyes all blurry. So I'm just, yeah, I can't do it on my phone, and I'm just like stewing on my way home from the optometrist, like, I didn't get in, like, this sucks. And then I open up my computer, and they like do the little confetti animation, like, "Oh, you're in," and I'm just like, so that was like a real roller coaster of emotions,
Like
but it was
completely
very,
180.
yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Hmm.
At that time, I was staying with my friend. I only also afraid to open the portal. Yeah, and because some of my friends got waitlist, so I really feel. But yeah, once you got in, it's really exciting. I just hugged my friends. Oh my god! Yeah.
Whole life's changed from then on.
No, I haven't shared. Yeah, I'm scared to share it. Now I'm just kidding. No, but when I received the email, I think it was like around 3 p.m. But I was too scared to open it up. I was like, I saw it there, and then it said the thing with the update. I was
Yeah.
like, no. So I just waited and waited and waited, and then it was like 6 p.m. and I was like, I need to open it up. Like, there's no other way around. I waited for 3 hours, like, it's like,
I can't believe she did that.
yeah, I don't know why I did that.
clicked it right away.
And the funny part is that I was waiting for it for so long, like almost every day, reminding myself in the morning, like, okay, it's coming in 3 days, it's coming in 2 days. And then the day that it came, I was like, I'm not gonna open it up. But then I waited, my mom came, and we called some of my family, like a FaceTime. And then I opened it up, and I cried. I just remember that I got really emotional. And yeah, I was super excited, super happy.
It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. Well, I mean, congratulations to all of you guys. That's sort of the end of the formal questions. But I did sort of want to like leave it open to if there's any final comments that you wanted to share. Maybe there's a call to action that you want to share with prospective students, like where they can find out for more information, or if anyone can personally reach out to you if they need any help or questions or stuff like that.
join the architecture club.
Yeah, I think the architecture club, I don't know if we've touched on it much, but we started it, that would have been like a year ago now, where we had, like, because it's such a small department, like, we all, like, knew each other, we'd all, like, been working together, but there wasn't really that same, like, formal connection of, like, we're all a group organizing stuff together. So I think forming that club and working together to, like, share resources. Yeah, I was one of the founding members, as is Frida and Hafisa. I'm the current president. Our classmate, Xiaofeng Tan, actually was the first president, and she's working on her master's at California College of the Arts right now. And we're still in contact with her about, like, what her studio courses are like and everything. So we've maintained that sort of, because a big problem when I started here is it seemed like people leave and they kind of disappear into the wind. Like, we're still not really sure how many people got into Berkeley or even, like, successfully transferred before, or, like, during or before the pandemic, because that was a big, like, block of information that sort of stopped us from really knowing. So I think that had this real sense of uncertainty. So working together to, like, overcome that and create that sort of more community network was really helpful. I think getting involved with your community, obviously go to architecture, join the architecture club, but even if you're a completely different major, I think getting involved, you know, it's community college, getting involved with your peers, I think that offers a really, like, rich perspective and all of these opportunities you might not have otherwise had.
Yeah, starting that group, that's no small feat. So that's, you know, fantastic. You guys are laying that groundwork for future students and, you know, leaving your mark on your little bit of history. So well done.
Assist.org really helped me figure out what classes I needed. So I was shuffling through, like, the majors in the colleges, and then I got a framework of what I needed to do. And then meeting with counselors and just getting advice from everyone, even my brothers who went through the same path of community college to 4-year. So that helped me a lot.
I would say don't be afraid to ask questions. So when you want to join something or learn something, go ask your professors or go to the counselor or go to your classmates. But don't be afraid to ask those questions, because they can open up a lot of doors for you and also help you out throughout the process. I feel I'm a first generation in college as well, and also came from Guatemala, so everything was new. And I had to figure things out kind of on my own, but then having the support of my classmates, Julian, and all of that was really helpful for me to go through this 3 years, I would say. So ask questions. And if you're a new student, please go, and there's, like, the student webpage you can visit. There's all the contact information. If you are interested in being part of the SOC, please go through it and just fill out the form. They will be more than happy to interview you. I can assure that we are happy to see students' faces. We want to see you in campus, and we want to see you taking power. So use your voice. Reach out to us. If we haven't reached out to you, please reach out to us. We would love to.
Yeah, and really utilize your resources. Like, on campus, there's, like, financial aid, there's, like, clubs. Your professors are your resources. Your classmates are your resources. Like, just, yeah, like you said, reach out and, like, get help on, like, even if you think you don't need help, you can benefit from talking to people and making that connection.
Right.
What surprised me is, you know, at the end of the day, Laney's pretty small, so there isn't a lot of people who are doing things like applying for stuff like the Dean's Medallion or something like ASLC scholarships, because it sounds intimidating, and I was definitely feeling that. I was like, I don't know if I'm, like, that kind of person, but just applying anyway, like, there were so many opportunities that I got just because I was like, well, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
I would say also be easy on yourself, because I remember going to class the first day and then looking at the shelf and seeing those projects. I was saying to myself, I'm never going to be able to do something like that. But I remember with time and practice, you're here to learn, not to teach. So you should be easy on yourself, and you have to be bad at something before you're going to be good at it. So just be easy on yourself, and then over time with practice, you're going to realize, like, how much improvement I had. I would really encourage people, especially high school students, to look into community college, because I feel like it slows down all the pressure, and you're able to take more classes without
the pressure of like maybe this is taking up a lot of my money, a lot of my time. There's more resources here and it's smaller, so teachers and counselors can focus more on you. So I would say community college, and yeah, just be easy on yourself because there's going to be a lot of pressure on you. So just try to remind yourself that you're still learning and it's okay to make mistakes.
I just want to say, as a tip, when you start a project, don't do it on the last minute. Give yourself some time to work on it.
Especially with something as high stakes as architecture, right?
Yes, I feel that most of the time I was waiting until last minute and put it like all-nighters, and don't do that to yourself. If they give you 3 weeks, it's because you will need 3 weeks.
I would like to say like keep research. We have some opportunity like face-to-face for university advisor and the college advisor. This event is really helpful to know like which university you want to go and like what's their style. Yeah.
Excellent. It actually sounds like you're all ready to be professors at some point in the future as well. You know, like
I am
passion
actually
and,
considering that, yeah.
You know, my dad actually went to the architectural school at Berkeley as well.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, and you're making me feel like I should have done that.
Yeah, I think, I had an opportunity to explore a million different pathways here. Like, I think I would say that community college is a really good option. I don't know about everyone else, but that wasn't really very advertised to me in high school. Everyone around me, like the guy who sat next to me in AP US History was like, I'm going to be a triple Brown legacy, like literally. But I think community college was really the best thing that could have happened. I think having that small community of people, like that more like one-on-one sort of experience, like you're getting such a like rich, diverse amount of people from all like walks of life, all parts of the continent, all parts of the planet, that I'm really grateful for. I don't think I would have experienced that if I had launched straight into a 4-year school. The transfer path seemed very like intimidating, like it felt like I needed to be like this perfect student and like incredible at everything, and that was very scary. But I think Laney was able to show me that people are they're interested in getting to know who I am as a person and hearing my story.
I appreciate you sharing all of your information and heartfelt experiences and your encouragement to the future students thinking about it. So good job, congratulations, and don't become strangers. You're family here for life now. So we'll see you around.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.